I am Waya. This is your call to awaken. You are not here by chance. Something is already moving. We continue. There is an early Christian text that does not arrive as a story. It arrives as fragments, broken pieces of writing, recovered across centuries from damaged manuscripts. It is called the Gospel of Mary, and what survives of it is not complete. But it is enough to do something unusual. It lets a voice speak that was never fully centered in later tradition. A voice associated with Mary Magdalene, a follower of Yeshua, present in early Christian memory. But in this text, she is not silent. She is not secondary. She is the one describing what others cannot yet understand. And the question that opens everything is this: what if one of the earliest Christian voices we still have only survives in fragments, but still feels complete enough to challenge how we understand truth itself? And even more unsettling, what if the absence of the rest of the text is part of the message? What survives of the Gospel of Mary is not a finished manuscript. It is a reconstruction from broken codices, missing pages, and fragmented dialogue. We are not reading something whole. We are listening to something remembered through time. And within these fragments, a line attributed to Mary emerges. What is hidden from you, I will proclaim to you, not as doctrine, but as something experienced inwardly, then spoken outwardly. Mary is not introduced like the 12. She is not framed through authority. She is not described through hierarchy. We know her only through presence and through voice. She is portrayed as one who receives understanding, not only through memory, but through vision. And in this text, that distinction becomes everything. Because she is not speaking about belief, she is speaking from experience. The narrative begins after Yeshua is no longer physically present. The disciples are gathered. There is uncertainty in the room, and silence where teaching once was. What remains is memory and interpretation and tension. And into that space, Mary speaks. Not to dominate meaning, not to control interpretation, but to describe what she has seen inwardly. I saw the Lord in a vision, and I said to him, and the room begins to shift, because this is no longer external teaching, this is inner seeing. Peter responds, not in hostility, but in uncertainty. Because what Mary describes does not easily fit into structure. The question emerges, what makes a teaching true? Memory, authority, or direct experience? And Peter questions what she has seen, not as rejection, but as struggle to understand. Mary does not argue. She returns to what she experienced, what she saw, what was revealed inwardly. And the tension remains unresolved, because the manuscript itself breaks here. The teaching now moves inward, not into doctrine, but into experience. The soul encounters fear, and perception narrows. Fear of loss, fear of collapse, fear of identity dissolving. Then desire arises, and attention becomes bound outward to what feels stable. Then ignorance, a forgetting of inner clarity, a disconnection from awareness. Then distortion, where reaction becomes identity and emotion becomes interpretation. And yet something remains, unshaken. The soul begins to recognize it is not identical with what it passes through. And in that recognition, something loosens, not through force, but through awareness. Inner distortions. Fear shaping perception, desire shaping attention, anger shaping identity, comparison dissolving presence, judgment replacing understanding, confusion interrupting clarity, separation replacing connection. And none of this is abstract. It is lived, familiar, immediate. And the teaching is not to destroy them, but to see them without becoming them. At the center of the fragment, something stabilizes. Awareness remains present, even while internal states shift. Identity does not have to collapse into reaction. Clarity does not disappear under distortion. And something here echoes remembered teachings attributed to Yeshua, not as repetition, but as convergence. That truth is not only external, that clarity is not only taught, that awareness is already present beneath experience. And the realization becomes quiet, but direct. What you are seeking may already be present within awareness itself. And now it reflects into the present, because nothing in this text is only historical. It mirrors something modern, the search for external certainty, the dependence on validation before trust, the reaction before awareness, the confusion beneath too many voices. And the question becomes personal, not theoretical. What changes when awareness is trusted before explanation? We return to Mary, to fragments, to incomplete memory preserved across time. And one of the most enduring reconstructed lines attributed to her voice remains, "Do not weep, do not grieve, do not doubt, for His grace will be entirely with you." Not as doctrine, but as remembrance, as something stabilizing in uncertainty. And the text does not resolve everything. It does not complete the system. It does not close interpretation. It ends in fragments. But something remains intact. A voice survived, not complete, but enough to still be felt. And perhaps that is the deeper message of the Gospel of Mary, that meaning does not require completeness to remain real. And in that recognition, something becomes still. Not belief, not conclusion, but awareness. What has stirred within you is not passing. It is the memory of your own wholeness. Carry it gently as a lantern for the path ahead. When shadows gather, remember, the heart knows the way. If these words find you, stay close, not as a follower, but as kin in the unfolding. Until we meet again, rise in wisdom,